An early indirect presidential election was held in Germany on the 18th of March 2012, the last possible day following the resignation of Christian Wulff as President of Germany on the 17th of February 2012. Joachim Gauck was elected on the first ballot by a federal convention, consisting of the 620 members of the Bundestag and an equal number of members selected by the states of Germany based on proportional representation. On the 19th of February 2012, Joachim Gauck was nominated as the joint presidential candidate of the governing coalition and the opposition. He also had the support of the Free Voters and the South Schleswig Voter Federation. Background: in December 2011, allegations emerged concerning Christian Wulff's former ties with affluent businessmen. While he was still Prime Minister of Lower Saxony, Wulff denied having had any business ties with Egon Geerkens, despite having received a private home loan of about €500,000 from Egon's wife Edith in 2008, and which Geerkens had admitted arranging. On the 22nd of December 2011, Wulff made a public statement apologizing for his handling of the loan affair and conceded that he should have made his personal records available more quickly. Later, it was alleged that President Wulff had applied undue pressure to Springer Press to delay or even prevent initial revelations of the loan scandal. By the beginning of January 2012, President Wulff had already lost public support. Commentators were calling for him to resign. The opposition was again increasing pressure, and his own party was distancing itself from him over the allegations. On the 4th of January 2012, Wulff said in an interview that he wanted to stay in office and that the call to build Edith Eichmann had been a serious mistake that was unworthy of a president and for which he had already apologized. As more allegations of possible corruption emerged, the prosecutors in Hanover, the capital city of the state of Lower Saxony, asked the Bundestag to lift Wulff's presidential immunity in order to investigate the possible granting or accepting of undue favors. Preempting this, Wulff resigned on the 17th of February 2012, explaining that the loss of the people's trust had damaged his effectiveness. Procedure: to win, a candidate must win an absolute majority on one of the first two ballots or a plurality on the third. Until the new president was elected, Horst Seehofer of the Christian Social Union, president of the Bundesrat, served as acting head of state. Candidates: CDU, CSU, FDP, SPD, Greens, Free Voters and SSW. In the days following Wulff's resignation, the media speculated about several candidates, among them Joachim Gauck, Thomas de Maizière and Klaus Stopfer. Chancellor Angela Merkel said she would consult with the Social Democrats and the Greens to find a consensus candidate to replace Wulff. On the 19th of February 2012, the governing coalitions CDU, CSU, and FDP and the opposition SPD and Greens agreed on independent Joachim Gauck, the 2010 presidential candidate of the SPD and Greens, as the joint candidate. This happened after the FDP, the SPD, and the Greens had strongly supported Gauck and urged CDU to support him as well. The SPD chairman, Sigmar Gabriel, had already stated on the 17th of February 2012 that Gauck was his party's preferred candidate, alleging that Gauck enjoys great trust from the citizenry. Reportedly, Merkel conceded to FDP chairman Philipp Rosler's staunch support for Gauck. The agreement was announced after the FDP Presidium had unanimously voted for Gauck earlier on the 19th of February. the Free Voters in Bavaria and a Danish minority party, the South Schleswig Voter Federation, also supported Gauck. On the night of being nominated, Gauck warned Germans that he should not be seen as Superman following two successive short-lived presidencies. In the week prior to the election, Die Zeit also said that Gauck could teach Germans that we can learn that democracy means thinking and acting for oneself rather than waiting for political redeemers. Minor parties. Die Linke nominated Beate Klaasfeld, an activist who is not a member of any party, as a candidate. The National Democratic Party of Germany nominated Olaf Rose, a historian who works as an advisor to the group of the NPD in the Landtag of Saxony. The German Pirate Party considered naming a separate candidate but failed to do so before the election. Federal Convention. The number of seats per party is as follows. Results. Voting started at noon. At 14:24 on the 18th of March 2012, Gauck accepted his election. He was elected in the first ballot with 991 votes in the Federal Convention. Bundestag President Norbert Lammert announced the result. In reaction, Gauck exclaimed, "What a beautiful Sunday," also referring to the anniversary of the 18th of March 1990 when East Germans had been able to vote freely for the first time. Reactions. European Commission President José Manuel Barroso congratulated Gauck. Quoting Goethe, he said, "Freedom and life are earned by those alone who conquer them each day anew."